Good evening. I'm Brittany Brackett, and this is your Onyx News.
Live from Onyx News Universal Studios. Coming up next.
Nigeria's candidates mix peace pledge with election threats. Maryland woman detained for allegedly slashing her boyfriend's face. Although no footage was captured of the actual attack on Jussie Smollett, authorities have noticed new leads they will follow. Gay actor and LGBT activist Jussie Smollett, who stars on the hit show Empire, was attacked while walking in the Streeterville neighborhood of Chicago 2 weeks ago. One of the men wrapped a noose around his neck, then other one threw a type of chemical on him and shouted racial slurs at him, calling him a faggot and the N-word. They also allegedly claimed to be in MAGA country as a warning referring to Trump. They retreated to his home. His manager called the police, and the police urged him to go to the hospital to be treated for his injuries. Spokesman Anthony Gillemi said detectives expanded the search to include footage from public buses and buildings beyond the scene's immediate vicinity in the hopes of spotting the men who matched Jussie Smollett's description of the suspects. He recently commented publicly about the attack at a concert, calling himself strong and labeling himself as the gay Tupac. Bobby Rush, a Democratic congressman from Chicago, issued a statement calling on the agency to conduct an immediate and sweeping civil rights investigation into the racist and homophobic attack. On the phone today, we have the incredible CEO of Freedom Fighters, Traci Fant. She was given that name by none other than Jesse Jackson. She stands for unity and justice, and she's here to talk to us a little bit about the hate crimes and things that are going on in the community. Because of that, there was a recent hate crime in Brooklyn, New York, as well as other hate crimes of 3 Asians who were murdered by a white man who claimed he watched a movie and made the decision to harm other Asians who were completely innocent. And that made him angry enough to kill these people. So with that said, all these hate crimes going on in Northwest Indiana, New York, other parts of Chicago, just to name a few. Traci, I want to find out what you feel, because we know that you have been called a voice of the voiceless. So if you could tell us what you think about some of the cultural differences, and how does that have anything to do with why these people committed these hate crimes specifically?
Right. I first of all, thank you for inviting me on to be your guest. I think that it's sad and it's very disheartening that people don't have a conscious level of acceptance when it comes to, those who are in the, the lesbian gay community, those who, are not their race or even, religion. And now it's coming down to politics. It's very saddening to me to even hear that someone saw something on TV, on a movie, and decided to take someone's life. I mean, that's an innocent life that they took based on the fact that they made the decision, the conscious decision, that because you're not the same race that I am, or you don't share the same beliefs that I share, or, whatever was going on through their mind, because, hate, that's just what it is. It's hate.
Right.
And I just think it's terrible. I mean,
to take that into your own hands and to do something of that nature is terrible.
Right,
so,
to decide that because I don't share the same thoughts and ideas or beliefs, or we're not the same nationality, or whatever the situation may be that caused someone to hate another, because a lot of people think it's all about race, but it's not. There's so many different reasons why people commit hate crimes. Like I said, so I just think it's terrible.
Well, like you said, acceptance is a big part of it. There's no cultural sensitivity. Yeah. And I think that's one thing that people could definitely try to improve upon. So because of that, what do you feel is emboldening these criminals to commit these hate crimes? What makes them do this?
Some of it could be, they're copycats. They see someone else do it. A lot I think I think social media plays a huge role in it, as far as to how we see each other on a daily basis and
Mhm.
how we visualize each other when we come in contact with another person. Instead of having a conversation about what makes us different,
Mhm.
instead of having conflict resolution conversations and different things like that, people immediately see one thing and put it in the same category as something else that they don't care what it is, what's going on with that person. They just hate that person because they made up in their mind that because you support this or because you believe in this or
Mhm.
because you're not the same race I am or whatever the situation, they make a conscious decision to take a person's life based on the fact that, or not even take a person's life, but commit a crime on
Mhm.
another person based on how they view that person. Like Josie, what he went in Chicago, that was a horrible thing. And now, not
Mhm.
only that, but the fact that he's being questioned as if he was the one who committed the crime.
Right.
So now they're turning the victim
Mhm.
into the suspect. I mean, and people have called him out saying, "Oh my God, he's lying," or he made this up
Right.
because of the weather, because of this and that. I mean, I truly believe that he was subjected to some people who just
Mhm.
decided that because he was a gay man and
Mhm.
because he was a gay black man, that they were going to make this attempt on his life.
Right.
He had no reason to make that up. I wouldn't think anyway that he would have a reason to make that up. And so,
Right.
as I said, I just think that it's horrible that people feel that they can make the decision to commit violence on someone or to take their life or, to not give them another job opportunity or whatever because of what their race is or what their religious beliefs are.
Right. And there has been pushback because of what he said when it came to not giving the police his phone records immediately. And there
Right.
was a pause when it came to being able to cooperate with police officers. So
True.
that's where people are starting to wonder, well, why wouldn't you provide that information? Why is there a reason that you would hold that back from us?
Right. And the thing
So,
about it is, they have to think about the trauma of the situation.
mhm,
He went through a very traumatic experience. And
right.
so, as I stated, instead of them, he's probably in his mind saying, okay, review the tapes, pull the video, do what you need to do,
Hmm.
question witnesses, but why are you treating me like I'm the person who committed this act? And so,
Right.
his pushback may not be because he's quote unquote guilty.
Right.
It may be because he's saying, look, I didn't do anything. Find the person who did. This is my personal cell phone, and I don't feel the need to give you the
Hmm.
opportunity to go through my personal business
Hmm.
to basically, I mean, he's a celebrity.
He could
So
think it's invasion of privacy.
exactly,
Right.
exactly. I mean, and his privacy has already been invaded.
Right.
He's already been invaded. His space has been invaded. And they also
Right.
questioned the noose around his neck. I mean everything. They questioned. They picked apart his story,
Hmm.
and I just feel like the way they did him is the way that a lot of rape victims are treated. A lot of people who are
Wow.
victimized when it comes to different situations where you
Hmm.
victimize, and the victim feels like they're being treated like the criminal.
Right. And that is unfortunate. And it makes people not want to come forward, I believe.
Oh yeah, true. Oh yeah, true.
So,
True. I mean, just think of how hard it was for him to come forward. You
hmm.
know, um, he already, came out the closet, said he was gay. He's on a
Hmm.
big, TV show, but he
Hmm.
knows already that a lot of people won't even view the show because they have a gay black man on the show.
Right.
And so now, not only that, now he's been attacked in which, we know it was a hate crime because of the verbiage that was used.
Hmm.
And they're saying it was some type of publicity stunt.
Right.
Um, but it had to be hard for him to come forward with that. I mean, nobody wants to come out and say, "Look, I was victimized." No one. I don't think that anyone in their right mind would make up a story like that. It's not like he said, he was robbed or, he was, beaten by a gang or whatever. He was
Right.
very specific
Hmm.
in the verbiage of what he said happened. And so, I just think that it's terrible that people not only do hate crimes exist, but people don't even want to recognize that they exist. They want
Okay.
to call it anything but what it is.
Right. And I think that is definitely something that we need to address, and we need to be more creative with the way that we handle these race relations and be able to conquer this issue. But
Right.
once again, Traci Fant with Freedom Fighters and ThinkTwice.org. Thank you for joining us. We look forward to hearing from you next week, along with your interview with Monteria Robinson. We look forward to hearing from you soon.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Don't go too far. More Onyx News will be right back after these messages. See you shortly.
Do you have trouble falling asleep or wake up with a sore neck or headache? Then it's time you discovered MyPillow.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of MyPillow. Just like you, I had problems sleeping. 10 years ago, I invented MyPillow. It took me 2 years to develop because I wanted to have everything you would ever want in a pillow. I made sure that you could adjust my patented fill so you could have the exact support you need as an individual regardless of your sleep position. I also wanted a pillow that would last, so I made MyPillow machine washable and dryable. I back MyPillow with a 10-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Not only that, I do all my own manufacturing in my home state of Minnesota. I personally guarantee that MyPillow will be the most comfortable pillow you'll ever own.
Call now or go to mypillow.com. Use this promo code to save over 50% on a MyPillow 4-pack with 2 premium pillows and 2 Go Anywhere pillows. Order now.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit mypillow.com.
Immune Fortress is a supplement that helps increase your glutathione, also known as GSH, nature's master of all antioxidant levels in the body, which are often deficient due to overall aging and when chronic illness is present, such as high blood pressure, diabetes, arthritis, and kidney problems. The key to Immune Fortress effectiveness, other than taking it correctly, is consistency. To get the best results, take it on a daily basis so your body has the elements it needs to naturally consistently build glutathione levels in order to fight and repair cellular damage and boost your health. Order our Combo 1-2 Punch to boost your immune system today. www.immunefortress.com/now.
I already knew that I was going to go to college, from a young age. I definitely want to major in political science. After that, I'm going to get my law degree. Then I'm going to come back to Detroit, boost the economy, become the mayor or something, try to make the situation better for other people. I feel like I owe it to the city. I'm determined. It's going to happen. My name is Justin, and I am your dividend.
The pledge for peace was made by Nigeria's president Wednesday before a vote that has some nervous of what is to come. President Buhari, who seeks a second term, and former Vice President Atiku Abubakar have promised to be on their best behavior during this election and not to start any drama. Elections have been bloody in the past, and the government is trying to be preventative of the same bloodshed to turn over a new leaf, which is much needed in Africa these days. We'll vote according to parties, but in the end, the only real party is Nigeria, our country, Buhari explained to a crowd of officials, civil society members, individuals, and others. With a few days before the vote, gunfire, blazing fires, and soldiers have threatened to prevent peace, although peace is what so many claim to be searching for. More than 4,600 smart card readers used for voting purposes have been set ablaze for the third time in the past 2 weeks, which is no coincidence. Another bickering followed a statement by the U.S. ambassador warning that anyone motivating hostility would be held accountable. The ruling party disagreed, arguing that powerful political speech is welcomed in the U.S., but the ambassador wanted Nigerians to act in accordance with their vision of well-behaved Africans. More than 84 million Africans are registered to vote, but may not get that chance due to recent sabotages of equipment and the burning of buildings. Military deployments and violence are being used to deter voters that are not in favor of Buhari. They believe this can intimidate residents to prevent a loss. Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School has lived through the first year of healing at their school from the terrible shooting last year in February. Matt Deicht and his brother, Ryan, have put college on hold to head in the direction of activism to shed light on shootings and the effect they have on students and the community. They have taken on the challenge of organizing March for Our Lives, an initiative about gun control to strengthen background checks and encourage assault rifle bans. Matt, who is now 21, recently flew to South Africa to receive the International Children's Peace Prize. He and Ryan also had an incredible opportunity to partner with all-star Avengers actor Mark Ruffalo to write a public service announcement promoting youth aged 18 and up to vote. Jamie Gutenberg, a close friend of Sam, the sister to brothers Ryan and Matt, will especially remember her bestie on Thursday, which is the anniversary of the shooting. Sam spent a whole year in therapy due to the incident and is coping with the loss of her friend. After the shooting, students began appearing everywhere, including TV interviews, watching social media comments by politicians who thought they knew how to handle the incident, and kids like Kyle Kashav, who became a gun rights advocate. Students came together in ways that can only be seen in movies and banded tight to solve a problem of guns running rampant in schools. Even a live CNN town hall brought out the youth in droves because they needed to be heard and understood that enough is enough and that killings will continue to happen until something solid is done to actively protect our children. Carpooling in large groups, the student activists made their way to D.C. to meet with politicians in meetings that went cold real quick. The march made them change their minds about how serious youth can be and will encourage youth in future elections. With more than 100 chapters across the country, the movement can only grow exponentially with the efforts. A case of friendly fire has taken the life of an officer on his day off. Detective Brian Simonson should have been off Tuesday for a union meeting, but he opted to go into work to keep trailing a string of recent thefts in New York City. Detectives Endowment Association President Michael Palladino said. Simonson was killed during a shootout with police and a gunman who had taken hostages at a T-Mobile store. Commissioner James O'Neill claimed that the gunman, who had an extensive rap sheet, was wounded in the gunfight but is alive in the hospital and is healing from his injuries. That is more than can be said for Detective Simonson, who lost his life after being struck in the chest during the ordeal. Both his wife and mother were extremely distraught and visibly struggled with news of the fallen officer. Make no mistake about it, friendly fire aside, it is because of the actions of the suspect that Detective Simonson is dead, O'Neill said. Sergeant Matthew Gormand was a second officer who was hit by friendly fire and struck in the leg. A Good Samaritan scooped him up and took him to the hospital for evaluation. Broken glass scattered the ground as the shots hit store windows, and officers quickly filled up the block, with more than 20 police officers present on the scene. It's been over a year since the last New York City officer has been gunned down. Officer Myotis Familia, mother of 3, was shot as she sat in her patrol car writing in a notebook. The man who killed her was fatally shot himself in the coming days after. Mayor de Blasio praised the officers for being brave and rushing into unknown situations that can cost them their lives. They know it's a moment where they cannot hesitate, where even a moment of hesitation can mean a life is lost, de Blasio said. That bravery and that resolve is something that we all need to understand. Onyx News will be right back. Don't you go too far.
Do you have trouble falling asleep or wake up with a sore neck or headache? Then it's time you discovered MyPillow.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of MyPillow. Just like you, I had problems sleeping. 10 years ago, I invented MyPillow. It took me 2 years to develop because I wanted to have everything you would ever want in a pillow. I made sure that you could adjust my patented fill so you could have the exact support you need as an individual regardless of your sleep position. I also wanted a pillow that would last, so I made MyPillow machine washable and dryable. I back MyPillow with a 10-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Not only that, I do all my own manufacturing in my home state of Minnesota. I personally guarantee that MyPillow will be the most comfortable pillow you'll ever own.
Call now or go to mypillow.com. Use this promo code to save over 50% on a MyPillow 4-pack with 2 premium pillows and 2 Go Anywhere pillows. Order now.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit mypillow.com.
Immune Fortress is a supplement that helps increase your glutathione, also known as GSH, nature's master of all antioxidant levels in the body, which are often deficient due to overall aging and when chronic illness is present, such as high blood pressure, diabetes, arthritis, and kidney problems. The key to Immune Fortress effectiveness, other than taking it correctly, is consistency. To get the best results, take it on a daily basis so your body has the elements it needs to naturally consistently build glutathione levels in order to fight and repair cellular damage and boost your health. Order our Combo 1-2 Punch to boost your immune system today. www.immunefortress.com/now.
I already knew that I was going to go to college, from a young age. I definitely want to major in political science. After that, I'm going to get my law degree. Then I'm going to come back to Detroit, boost the economy, become the mayor or something, try to make the situation better for other people. I feel like I owe it to the city. I'm determined. It's going to happen. My name is Justin, and I am your dividend.
We just finished dinner and it was time for homework. He hates homework.
It makes no sense.
I don't know how he finds anything in his backpack.
I can't find my backpack.
Finally, we found
my
his assignment. He rushed through it. I wonder if he even learned anything.
I wasn't gonna get it right, so I just wanted to get back to playing my video game. At least I'm good at that.
I couldn't even read his handwriting.
Holding the pencil makes my hand hurt.
I know he's bright.
Why is it so hard for me?
He's
I'm
just
trying
gotta
as
try a
hard
little
as
harder.
I can.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. That's why there's Understood.org, a free online resource for the parents of the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues. Here you'll get personalized recommendations, practical tips, daily access to experts, and more. Go from misunderstanding to Understood.org.
Leah Yvette Tucker, a 46-year-old woman from Maryland who has been accused of stabbing her boyfriend in the face, was detained this past Sunday night. She is facing first and second-degree assault charges in the case. The police responded to a domestic stabbing call at 7:43 p.m. last Sunday to the unit block of Allegheny Avenue. Officers said Tucker and her 50-year-old boyfriend were in a heated argument when she took it upon herself to stab him using a kitchen knife. She slashed him in the face where he sustained a serious wound, but is believed to be dealing with non-life-threatening issues, and he is on the road to recovery. Tucker was arrested at the scene while her boyfriend was rushed to the hospital. As of recently Monday, Tucker is being held in jail pending a bail review hearing. Vanessa Tyson wants to tell her story, and she is successfully doing it with extensive research and opinions on sexual abuse as she speaks to various schools on panels about her accusation of abuse. She has not gone into full detail, but says plenty about her encounter with Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax more than 15 years ago. She has claimed that Fairfax forcibly made her perform oral sex on him against her will when he served as an aide at the Democratic National Convention back in 2004. Tyson is currently a political science professor at Southern California's Scripps College, who is spending a year at Stanford as a research fellow. Tyson spoke at an event talking about abuse, at betrayal and courage in the age of #MeToo. Tyson was directed to not respond to questions regarding the Fairfax scandal, which the audience respected. Stanford's Center for Advanced Study in the Behavioral Sciences held more than 100 people who shuffled into the room and greeted Tyson with a standing ovation, along with camera crews to catch every bit of the action. Tyson wants her students to know that survivors and victims need support, just like Blasey Ford when she spoke out against Justice Kavanaugh and the rape charges laid out against him, which ultimately didn't affect his appointment to the Supreme Court. When we hear someone else's story, there's a beauty in it knowing you aren't alone. Don't be afraid to see survivors for who they are. The beautiful parts, the ugly parts, all of them. They didn't deserve what happened to them, Tyson said. Scripps College is her faculty home, but Stanford is where Tyson is serving her year under a fellowship to study research, the political discourse surrounding sexual assault. Tyson has not responded to requests for comment from the Associated Press. Onyx News will be right back after these messages.
Do you have trouble falling asleep or wake up with a sore neck or headache? Then it's time you discovered MyPillow.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of MyPillow. Just like you, I had problems sleeping. 10 years ago, I invented MyPillow. It took me 2 years to develop because I wanted to have everything you would ever want in a pillow. I made sure that you could adjust my patented fill so you could have the exact support you need as an individual regardless of your sleep position. I also wanted a pillow that would last, so I made MyPillow machine washable and dryable. I back MyPillow with a 10-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Not only that, I do all my own manufacturing in my home state of Minnesota. I personally guarantee that MyPillow will be the most comfortable pillow you'll ever own.
Call now or go to mypillow.com. Use this promo code to save over 50% on a MyPillow 4-pack with 2 premium pillows and 2 Go Anywhere pillows. Order now.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit mypillow.com.
Immune Fortress is a supplement that helps increase your glutathione, also known as GSH, nature's master of all antioxidant levels in the body, which are often deficient due to overall aging and when chronic illness is present, such as high blood pressure, diabetes, arthritis, and kidney problems. The key to Immune Fortress effectiveness, other than taking it correctly, is consistency. To get the best results, take it on a daily basis so your body has the elements it needs to naturally consistently build glutathione levels in order to fight and repair cellular damage and boost your health. Order our Combo 1-2 Punch to boost your immune system today. www.immunefortress.com/now.
Decisions. What will happen? Will Prime Minister Theresa May's unpopular divorce deal come out on top? Or will there be a delay to the UK's exit from the European Union? May explained to lawmakers that Parliament had authorized a 2-year countdown to Brexit that ends on the 29th of March. We want to leave with a deal, and that's what we're working for. An ITV news correspondent, Angus Walker, claimed he heard a conversation in a pub that involved seeking an extension to the Brexit deadline. Hearsay from a person in a bar won't hold up, according to May. The EU will not renegotiate the legally binding retraction agreement, though it is still talking to Britain about expected tweaks to a non-binding political statement that accompanies it. German Chancellor Angela Merkel said earlier on Wednesday that the European Union wanted to do everything for a deal, but it certainly has to be a fair deal. And there, unfortunately, we still have a bit of work ahead of us. March 29th is the deadline, and a Brexit could cause hefty damage to the economic infrastructure. Another debate is slated for Thursday for exactly what direction this could go. And hopefully May can get more time to work a deal that can benefit everyone. Her next Brexit process deadline is February 27th. Labour Party Brexit spokesman Keir Starmer said others believe May is stalling, waiting for the March 21st deadline, which is the EU summit, where she could present her case then. Again, thank you so much for watching our broadcast. We look forward to seeing you right here, same time tomorrow on Onyx News. Once again, I'm Brittany Brackett. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow night for Onyx News. News from a Black perspective. Good night.